Before speaking about the wine, the 2019 Réserve, I would like to speak about some details that make our estate quite singular. Maybe first about the location of the estate in the north limit of the appellation Châteauneuf-du-Pape. At the edge of the plateau of Châteauneuf, of the flat area with a big rollstone on the top, we are located in the north-facing terraces, north-facing slope, with diverse inclination and elevation. It's a cooler location, a very good point, and especially in the new context of the global warming. It's possible for us to wait for a very good maturity of the grape, and in the same time to keep freshness and elegant and fine tannin, because the maturity time are longer. I took over my father in 1992, and very quickly I decided to set up biodynamic farming. It was an important point for me to solve some problem with the roots. We got a very old vineyard, and some roots was not enough strong to go deep into the soil, and I decided to do some experience with biodynamic with a very interesting result, and I decided to do that everywhere on the estate very quickly. And I wanted to figure out the context of the very special location of la Vieille Julienne, cooler location, but latest maturity. It was difficult for me to find the right balance for all of this point. So I decided to check many things in the parcel, and maybe the first parcel I felt some difference, sign of difference, was the parcel where I produce today the Réserve cuvée. It was in terms of size of branches, size of the leaves, size of the berry, very small benches, very low yield. But not every vine stock was like that. Some of them was different, in fact. And I decided to pick separately this vine stock, and this is how I vinify the first Réserve in 1994. The blending is a large part of Grenache. The blending is already done in the vineyard, because we do complantation since a very long time. It's a complantation with a large part of Grenache, but also some Counoise, Cinsault, and a touch of Syrah. And vinification is very traditional, very natural approach, without any addition in the wine. Of course, with natural yeast, something, in my opinion, very, very important to show the character of the terroir. What I can say more? It's okay. No new oak, of course. No, vinification is very traditional. The Réserve is vinified in wooden vat, open on the top, with just a very, very slow and extraction. As you said, it was very important, especially in 2019, because it was a very concentrated year, very hot and dry summer, and sometimes with tannin a bit firm, and it was important to vinify very, very slowly and carefully, using pigeage once a day only, and then we use the gravity to fill our large foudre. That's true. We never use new oak. It's a complicated new oak with Grenache grapes. In my opinion, it's complicated to find the right balance.
You said actually it's a field blend, right, with all the varietals, the 13 varietals?
Not only, not exactly the 13 on this parcel. We use the main,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, but what is the percentage of Grenache, more or less?
It's 95%. Yeah, it's a large part of all Grenache.
Very good.
Mm.
I mean, to me, what really stands out about this wine is its balance. It is supremely elegant, beautifully balanced. You know, when a lot of times when we think about Châteauneuf-du-Pape, these days we think that it's going to bowl us over. It's going to be a big, brooding wine, too powerful. But this is just pure elegance. And I could see enjoying this, maybe not the absolute depths of the summer, but throughout the majority of the year. It's a beautiful wine.
I think this is the style of the place because the location, north facing, it's interesting to keep fresh in the balance, and it could be complicated for the Grenache today because it's totally impossible to pick the Grenache under 15 degrees of alcohol, and if you want to keep the balance, it could be delicate, and the freshness of the soil, of the location, with forest, surrounded by forest, with something for like very cold microclimate. It's it's a big advantage. But you know, it was an handicap 25 years ago when I took over my father. It was an handicap to be located there because sometimes the maturity was complicated to get. And especially about the tannin, but today, it's a real advantage.
Beautiful. Does anyone else have any comments about this wine? Any questions they'd like to ask? Now is the time. Yes.
No white grapes. No. You make a blanc Châteauneuf-du-Pape. You have no white grapes at all.
We have, in general, on the estate, we have some white grape varieties complanted in the red. But not in this cuvée, no. Yeah. I wanted to focus on the main grapes varieties, red, except the Mourvèdre because it's a sandy soil, and it's not the best soil for Mourvèdre. We have also some Mourvèdre on the highest location with maybe more freshness in the soil. It's delicate Mourvèdre today in the south of Rhône to keep the good to get the right maturity.
So you mentioned global warming.
Yes.
And obviously it's very challenging everywhere in the world. And what are you implementing in a vineyard, despite the fact that actually you are on north facing, it's much cooler terroir already, which is a great advantage. Yeah. But beside that, what are you doing in the vineyard or implementing to fight, the spike of the ripeness and Grenache and end it up with huge?
It's difficult to find a global solution. I think there is no global solution where we have to find different small solution to do something different. Maybe the first, it's about the choice of the grape varieties. We have to find the very well-adapted grapes, very meridional, like Counoise, Cinsault. Syrah, it's complicated. Yeah. Sometimes Syrah could be a bit too overripe. The choice of the grapes varieties is important. We are also change a bit our way of pruning to try to better respect the flow of the sap and making the vine stock stronger and to better resist to the hot temperature and dry summer. But we are thinking about that every day, every time, and trying to keep adapted to the changing climate. But no, it's not easy. It's a real challenge. It's exciting too.
Yeah.
Right. I hear a lot of winemakers speaking on that topic of how every vintage is something different now. There's no new normal. Every year there has to be a new plan of attack. But what we've been finding is that wine is not deteriorating, it's just morphing, and the producers are finding this balance through all of these different methodologies. And I believe that almost anyone on this panel can talk about things that they've done in effect to combat global warming.